everyone, Samantha here. I wanted to briefly talk about the differences and the benefits for kind of our normal pigeon versus active pigeon that I've been talking about. So they both have times when you might want to use one over the other. Neither is better or worse or right or wrong. They're just different. So let's talk about it. So in your regular pigeon, or what I will sometimes call like a sleepy pigeon, you're bringing your knee forward and maybe your hip comes down to the floor or to a block, but then you're kind of relaxing here, right? You're walking your hands forward or maybe onto a bolster and you're just relaxing. And this is, it can be an intense stretch for sure. So maybe not like super relaxing, but it is great for when you are really sore, you've done a lot of hip strengthening work, or you've done a lot of squats, or kind of a workout, or something like that, and you want a stretch for your hips. That is good. That's what it would be good for. It is not necessarily the best for actually improving the mobility and range of motion in your hips. So if you want to, it depends on your goal. If your goal is to then actually improve your range of motion in your hips, then you would want to do what I'm calling active pigeon. And also I want to back up and just say, for our sleepy pigeon that I just did, I let my leg be at this angle here. I did not try to bring my shin parallel with the short edge of the mat because I don't actually have that much external rotation in my hips. So if I show you a test really quick that you can do to see what angle your leg should be in pigeon pose, if I'm here and I hold my foot passively, I can get my leg kind of into that rotation, not totally 100%, but I can get it pretty close. Now watch what happens when I let go of my foot. It springs away and it's more to diagonal. So that is the range of motion that I can actively control, that I own. So when I do pigeon pose, I set up in that position. Same thing for our active pigeon, except it's harder and it just requires more strength work. So now you bring your knee forward, and again, I've got my leg going in a diagonal. Start with your hands down, work there for a while, lift the back knee, and then think about this front shin, digging it into the floor, and then imagine you're trying to drag your two legs toward each other. So instead of thinking about going out further, squeeze the legs in, and then if this feels good and okay, you can start to maybe come upright a little bit more, getting lighter on your fingers. Maybe eventually you come up, and I'm pressing the front shin down, squeezing the legs in, squeezing my glutes, squeezing my hips. And then you could move with this a little bit, going up and down. You could do lots of different things, but that is kind of the main difference between our passive pigeon or active or passive or sleepy pigeon. Is good for when you just want to stretch. Active pigeon is good for when you actually want to improve your range of motion, your mobility. A lot of people think that just stretching without much muscular effort will improve their range of motion, but that is not true. It just can feel good. If it feels good, do it. But just know why you're doing it, why you're doing one rather than the other, and do the one that suits your goals and what you're trying to work on. So let me know if you have questions, and yeah, I'll do some more posts about pigeon maybe in the future, or other hip stretches versus hip mobility and strengthening work. So they look very similar, but the way that we do them is different, which means the outcomes that we get are different. So it's just important to notice those little distinguishers. All right, I will see you later. See you next time. Have a great day.